Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Super Gamecast 2 Turbo. We had a little bit of a technical hiccup there. Aaron's internet took shit, so we're posting this in two parts this week.
Didn't even bother to get to the toilet. Just drop the deuce right there.
Just shat all over the floor.
God, I'm going to have to clean that up later.
Yep. Alright, so we finished our Nintendo conversation. Which, we both kind of agreed it's dumb.
They need to catch up.
In a big way. Big way.
They make good games. They just need to get the rest of it going.
They make arguably the best games.
Yep.
So anyway, so we got some Halo Infinite news.
Oh.
So Halo 5, as I'm sure you know, didn't have split screen at all.
Right.
And did not have LAN support. So after their E3 showing last week, they dropped some news. So first off, Halo Infinite will support LAN. And split screen is a feature that is, quote, up and running already.
Great.
They also announced Halo Infinite. The beta tests, known as flights, will take place on Xbox first and then PC. Ooh. The testing periods will start small and then slowly expand up until the game is released in holiday 2020. Flighting may become a little bit later for PC players, but we're treating it as a first-class citizen. 343 said. The studio also confirmed that characters in Halo Infinite will have black undersuits. This sounds like a small detail, but in 4 and 5 players had different color undersuits, which garnered a mixed reaction.
Interesting.
Next up is if you, quote, if you like the armor customization in Reach, you'll be pleased with what Halo Infinite has to offer.
Yes.
On top of that, 343 confirmed that if you reach the highest level in Halo 5, service rank 152, you will receive a token of appreciation in Halo Infinite. Finally, 343 states internal team of professional developers is testing Halo Infinite's multiplayer. On the story side, 343 reaffirmed that Halo Infinite's story begins, quote, sometime after the end of Halo 5. Halo Infinite releases holiday 2020 for Project Scarlet, Xbox One, and PC.
Okay.
So here's my thing. Halo 5's multiplayer was fucking great. Like, really? It was legitimately fucking incredible. I think I put like 40 hours into it over 2 days.
Ugh.
Like it was, I was hooked. Its campaign is the worst campaign in the Halo series.
Really?
By far.
So what was it? What was the problem?
The horrible jumbled mess of a story. The weird squad mechanics that, like, the game expects you to play co-op, basically. The fact that, like, outside of, like, 2 or 3 set pieces I can think of, none of the levels are as well designed as the previous Halos. It kind of ruins the bittersweet ending of Halo 4.
Damn.
So, yeah, a lot of stuff about that game that, from the like... I find it weird. Halo 4 had a campaign that was really good, with a really good ending, and then its multiplayer was kind of so-so. Halo 5 has one of the most underrated multiplayers I've ever played, but just a garbage fire of a campaign. Just an absolute fucking dumpster fire of a campaign.
So 343's like, we've done both well. We just need to do it in one product.
Right. Supposedly what happened is a lot of the team from Halo 4 on the single player side and story side left to go work on other projects.
Oh.
So, and then the multiplayer team, it was their second shot at making a new game.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm still excited. I want to know how this story wraps up. I want to see if 343 can pull it together to make, like, an amazing full experience.
Yeah.
Or if the Master Chief Collection is going to be truly the best way to play Halo forever.
Yep.
So.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm a big Halo fan, so
we'll see.
We'll see.
I know Halo Wars 2 was fun.
Was it?
It was actually pretty good.
Okay.
It was really good, actually. So, this next piece here is kind of a 2-for-1.
All right.
So GameSpot posted an article, says we need to talk about how bra sizes work.
Okay. All right. I know where this is going, but fine. Yeah. Let's do this.
Are you ready, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm ready.
I'm gonna pull up the actual article.
Okay.
It's by Kylie Plaguey. I believe that's how her name is pronounced. And she wrote a whole article about how bra sizes work and
Okay.
rib cages and whatnot. She's 28 band size. Look at her for the 2 seconds you see there. Her chest is a lot bigger around the rib cage. She literally goes into this fully. And then says, in conclusion, you think video games being censored because suddenly every, in quotes, female character has an A or B cup boobs, you're just plain wrong, and you must complain, you should maybe consider complaining about rib cage size instead.
And this is in response to...
So fanboys on the internet have been bitching about the new model they're using for Tifa in Final Fantasy VII Remake.
What's the problem?
So in that game, she looks like she has very large breasts.
Okay.
In fact, and so you look at her, who's been accused of having B cup breasts as her character model in Final Fantasy VII Remake looks different. And then this, combined with Mortal Kombat 11 earlier in the year, had a similar thing going on. But yeah. So basically, people are like, okay, she used to have D cup breasts, da 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 da, and everyone else is just like, nah, son. So it just turns into this entire giant argument about this fictional character's boobs.
I'm looking at screenshots. I don't even know how this becomes a controversy.
Okay, go look at Final Fantasy VII Original Tifa.
Yeah.
And then go look at the new one, and they're like, oh, they made her boobs smaller.
They made it they're trying to create a realistic person.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of out there.
Yep.
So I don't. What do they want him to do? Do they want modern Tomb Raider to have points on her chest as well?
No. They want DOA style is what they want.
Play DOA.
Yeah. Go. That is an option.
That's where you're going to get your jiggle physics. That's really the place. So.
Yep.
Good lord.
Let's see. But yeah. I don't know what's dumber, the fact that one, this is an argument on the internet, or two, this woman wrote this article about this. Some woman, some writer went out and decided to write a whole article about boobs.
Yep.
And breasts and the rib cage and how it affects the look of it, and fucking Jesus, I can't. I might as well read it. I might as well.
All right. Where can listeners find this article?
You can find this at GameSpot.com.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
All right.
All right. So by a Miss Kaylee Plaggy. At Inky Dojiko on Twitter. As any number of women's magazines will tell you, 80% of women are wearing the wrong bra size. That's probably because bra shopping is hell on earth and basically impossible unless you invite a total stranger in the fitting room to help measure you properly. But it also might be a result of society completely misunderstanding of what bra sizes even are. If video game discourse is any indication, most people seem to think that bra sizes stop at double D, and anything smaller than huge badonkers is an A to B range.
Right.
I'm talking about, of course, Tifa Lockhart, who's been accused of having B-cup breasts as her character model in Final Fantasy VII Remake, looks different from her extra busty appearance in the PS1 era, as well as the entire cast of Mortal Kombat 11. For that matter, no. Now these are fictional women who have top-of-the-line physicians supporting them, so it's not like they really need the extra support from a $80 Louis Lemon sports bra. But if we're going to use bra size shorthand and talk about fake one's bodies, we're going to do it right, god damn it. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah.
I want... Aaron, I went to school to be like a journalist.
Did you?
I did. I left, but I did go to school, and I took 2 years worth of journalism classes.
Yeah.
And this just crushes my soul.
Well, I mean, it's not like a journalist thing. This is an opinion piece talking about.
Yeah. I know it's an op-ed, but dear fucking lord, I'm just like, both sides of this is like, y'all don't have anything better to do.
Well, okay. I could see this article as like trying to educate some people who maybe don't know the first thing about some of the things they're talking about. Yeah, which is prevalent on the internet.
Yeah, well, the thing is, those like in this particular realm of information, those dudes don't want to be educated.
I know, but
they don't care.
You might as well put out the olive branch.
All right, well. If this was not as
dumb,
if this was not as snarky as it was, I'd be like, okay, fine.
Okay, yeah, that might, fair.
Like the fact that like she's trying to dunk on these people while informing them, probably not the best way to go about that.
It really isn't, and that's a problem with the internet right now. Is we're very big on dunking on people that we know are wrong. Hey, helping each other out, always a good way to go. But everyone's snarky. Right now, that's a second language. So what it is.
She goes on to say, lucky for you, I know a thing or two about this. Bra size have two main components: the cup size and the band size. Cup size denoted by the letter B or DD refers to the actual breast part of the bra. The band size is numbered based on the size of the person's rib cage area, right under the actual breast, and it's secretly the more important size. While most people tend to focus on the cup letter, it's band size that determines the cup size. So if you have two people whose actual breasts are the same size, but whose band size is different, they'll wear different cup sizes. A 36DD, for example, is the same as a 34DD. Those people have the same size breasts, but one is a smaller rib cage. So the size of the cup size scales up a bit. Why does a big lingerie do this? Because the cup size is between your band measurement and your breast measurement, with 1 inch difference being an A, 2 being a B, and so on. The bigger the difference, the bigger the cup size. Anyway, back to Tifa. Tifa is the woman of a small rib cage, so I'm guessing she's a 28 band size. If you look at her for 2 seconds, you can see her chest is a lot bigger around her rib cage. I'd say that she's at least 6 or 7 inch difference. That puts her in an F or G range. Did you know bra sizes go up that far? They sure do. Yes, I actually did. I knew 2 girls in high school who wore those, actually.
Oh, man.
Yep.
That's rough.
Their backs probably hurt a lot.
Exactly.
On top of that, there's also been some discussion about the remake Tifa's bra, specifically that she's wearing a sports bra. Sports bras are generally a bit more constricting in terms of fit, and while some retailers do offer traditional bra sizing options, you'll see more bras sold in dress sizes 2, 4, 6, 8, etc., or in small medium metric. Because of the design and further size confusion, sports bras often make the chest look flatter than they are. In Tifa's case, however, it looks like she's wearing a $100 plus designer sports bra that imitates the look of a regular bra. I'd argue the type of bra she is wearing has little to no effect on the perceived size of her chest, or how hard she punches the hell out of things. So while it may be true that Tifa's chest looks smaller than it used to be, or perhaps how you imagined it, but yeah, that nice little dig there. It's by no means a small chest, even if you did think she wears a B cup, though you can still look at her and see it's not a small chest. Now that you know about how bra sizes, or you can go back to the cast of MK11-2 and observe how they have different bodies and thus a variety of bra sizes. And finally consider there's nothing at all wrong with small boobs to begin with. In conclusion, if you think that video game characters should be censored because quote, as every female character has A or B cups, you're playing wrong and if you must complain, you maybe consider complaining about rib cage size instead. Oh, shit.
I feel like this is a consequence of being in a hobby that is whose online discourse is judged by like 18, 19-year-old guys or even 15, 16.
Fucking Jesus H. Christ.
So we have to have these conversations over and over.
I want
Not specifically about this issue, but just generally that.
Like shit like this. Like I want to show. I want to show this article to Nicole and get what she thinks. I want her opinion on this.
Man,
talk to her over lunch today and be like, "Hey, need to talk to you about boobs for a minute."
How was your day today? That's nice. Hey, listen to this. God.
Let's talk about this fictional character's bra size.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But this particular article, so the original argument was stupid, which led to a stupid as hell article, which led to a somewhat relevant discussion about games media.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Watching this unfold on my Twitter this weekend was a delight. I'm just kicking back on the couch, playing some Burnout 3. You know, the fucking thread. Bing, bing, bing.
Well, and so this is funny, because ever since we started doing this second show again, one huge difference I've noticed from when I was doing the podcast early on is, like, now Twitter has been so developed, and like if you're following enough people in the gaming community, you just open up Twitter every morning and there's something new to talk about. Yeah. And it's it'll be a dumb conversation. It'll be ridiculous, but it will become like the topic, and you'll get just a bunch of different takes, and it's crazy and often dumb. But that's what it is.
So that article, a Mr. Colin Moriarty of Colin's Last Stand, formerly co-founder of Kinda Funny and former senior PlayStation editor at IGN, posted, "It's almost impossible to believe that old guard games media is dying." Shows a picture of that article.
Oh.
And now him and the person who wrote this have had beef before, because they have different opinions on a lot of stuff politically and video game wise on the internet.
Great.
And she responds, "Feel free to debate me on this, Colin." And like he has posted an open welcome to come on his show at any time and have a discussion. I actually really like that.
Sure.
You're welcome on Fireside Chats literally any time. If you want to chat about politics and games, you and your peers are overseeing an era of precipitous decline in most respective sites, revenue, prestige, traffic, etc. Let me know. Though, offers on the table, enjoy your weekend. And then someone else from the website, from GameSpot, video producer at GameSpot and CBSI, a Jake Dakar, says, "Actually, these last few years at GameSpot have been the most profitable and highest trafficking in its history. We don't have the personalities we used to, but job security, revenue, etc. is great."
Mm-hmm.
So now, I've gotten around the industry a little bit as a whole, not like up to the level of where Colin Moriarty is, obviously, and these gentlemen, but that statement feels to me very much just like, we're nothing but a news blog now / review blog, but we all get to keep our jobs.
I don't know. If they think they're doing fine, I don't know. GameSpot's still running.
No,
there are
like,
people still doing their thing, and there are people still going to them.
yeah, but I'm just like every time I boot up GameSpot, like it's just like this is all news and reviews.
Yeah.
That's no. Granted, that's far better than the nightmare that is IGN.
I mean, that's the thing is that like when you're talking about your straight news and reviews video game websites, there are not a lot left, and I think that's because GameSpot and IGN have that covered. Like those are the two.
And Kotaku and Polygon. And,
Yeah, Kotaku, which
and
Kotaku's sort of a
Destructoid.
mix, but yeah.
Yeah, and then Polygon is this weird, like... I don't even know how to describe Polygon anymore. It's weird. It's like... It's this, like, weirdly political, but, like, trying to be a political thing that, you know, also does videos sometimes and also talks about, you know, guides sometimes. Like, it feels like they want to be IGN, but just don't have the money or history behind it.
Sure.
I don't know. So this Twitter beef. So yeah.
I don't know. It sounds kind of dumb to me.
Yeah, like it. Well, so then, and then Colin responds, that's strange because Alexa, you know, the traffic tracking site, that's how you get into E3 and all that stuff. You show your Alexa numbers.
Okay.
Shows it's down another 4% in the last 90 days, 100 spots in the last year alone. You know, and then as someone who has to deal with this kind of thing, a lot of places I've worked at, interacted with, still use Alexa with review codes and access to stuff. As outdated and annoying as it is, it's a lot of places still use it, so we kind of have to deal with it. Not fun. So yeah. I think that there's something to be said about like a lot of this.
Okay.
You know, I think that I think a lot of the traditional games media websites are kind of dying. Like I do like that's why I wanted to get to off of this is like that article is what it is. I think it's dumb, but whatever. Hey, you know, I think a lot of
it's a signal of where the views are, and it's not in necessarily the straight information articles. It's in being a personality in the gaming community and offering your opinion and thoughts on things.
Right, but then you look at the rest of GameSpot, and like the rest of GameSpot is just news story, guide, news story, guide.
Well, right, but I think what you were talking about is that the landscape of games journalism is changing considerably, and we saw that happen with where Giant Bomb kind of took that first step out that way.
It's shocking how ahead of the curve those guys are.
Still,
yeah, like you know, still like they were live streaming years and years before most people were.
Right, and so like you look at GameSpot here. I'm looking at all this right now, and there's like E3 just happened. They're uploading videos and things like that, and I'm seeing sometimes like single digit comments or likes or anything like that, and then the reviews still get some attention, but like that bra size article is the biggest thing that got the most attention on this website.
Right, and like I think that right there is that is a signal towards as a whole, like, well, I mean, you could do that on a YouTube channel and
Right.
save a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it. Like I think that like the stuff we do is actually kind of more relevant than like 90% of the shit I see on IGN in any given week.
Well, and that's the thing is that it's more about where the consumers are getting their information. If they want information, oftentimes there's two things they can do. They can go to like the official account, which gives them their information, or they go to their favorite personality that analyzes all the information.
I think that's another big part of it, is the fact that when we first came around, like the official account like didn't exist. Like as far as like PlayStation blog was not a thing. Like major like Nintendo Direct was not a thing.
Yep.
Major Nelson was kind of a thing.
Right.
Versus now, where every company has their own PR spot. Like if you want previews and news, like the only real good part about like GameSpot or IGN is like it's just aggregate them at all. So if you're but like at that point, it's like why not just go on Reddit gaming?
Right. No, yeah, and I think GameSpot and IGN will probably be the last one to do it, but I think that's just eventually the way things go. Is we turn into what Giant Bomb is, which is here are the people that are staffed here. Here are their personalities. Here are the games that they like. If you stick around for a bit, you learn them. You learn about what they like, what they don't like, and you find out who you can identify with most and see what they think about a game.
Right, because like the thing is though is like these companies are trying that, and maybe they just don't have the personalities to do it. That could be it. But like IGN just like murdered all of their like video content that isn't reviews and trailers and whatnot, except for Up at Noon, which they rebranded, and then that's it. Like their video podcasts are like done. They don't really promote their podcasts anymore. Like
I just went to IGN.com and I realized I have not been to IGN in years. So this is a weird look.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's see. So yes, right here. Let's see. Yes, GameSpot ditched exclusive coverage a long time ago. They just follow pop culture and make clickbait now, it seems. Yeah, no, like just all kinds of different comments regarding this.
Sure.
Someone posted a picture of Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Feature article, we need to talk about how shoe sizes work.
We do. Look at those shoes.
They're huge.
Unrealistic expectations.
Not every man is a size 16. Come on now. Yeah, so... but no, at some point during this discussion, someone brings up how, like, IGN and GameSpot and, like, the really big ones in particular, have spent, like, the past year losing revenue.
Right.
The past year. And I'm just like... And I think it's getting to the point where it's like these mega sites are not going to exist anymore. Like these like I think like the biggest you will get is a Giant Bomb, or Kind of Funny. Well, because like let's say it this way from a corporation standpoint. Like let me bring up Easy Allies, which they're the old Game Trailers guys who went off to go do their own thing. And we're going to go bring up Kind of Funny Games. The old IGN guys who went to go do their own stuff.
Yep.
And then we'll bring up Colin's Last Stand. Alright. So we have clocking in at the biggest audience of these is Kind of Funny at 254,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Or 245,000. Their average video gets anywhere from 12 to 17K, with their bigger ones going to 50 plus. Yeah. So, and it's a team of roughly 8-ish people or so.
Yep.
And they all have wildly different opinions and personalities. And they have 4,929 Patreons. So it's like, if you're, like, let's say you are a creator, like, why wouldn't you go that route instead of signing up at, like, a GameSpot? And if you're a CBS Interactive, why wouldn't you run it this way, or a Giant Bomb way?
Yep.
because it's way cheaper, like way cheaper.
Right.
And then you don't have to really worry about it. Same with Colin's Last Stand. Colin's Last Stand is 2 people.
Right.
It's 2 guys and 1 freelancer, and it's 71,000 subscribers.
Sure.
You know, so like, why wouldn't you go that route? Like if you're a creator, if you're a it seems like the old ways just don't work for anyone anymore.
I think they will run for a little while here. If they don't change anything about their approach, then yeah, it'll start. The decline will be such that eventually people will not be necessarily knocking on their door. Because I mean, yeah, you could start your own thing, but also, you know, there's also going to be only so much room for the small things. There'll be more of the small things. Because you know, personalities will be vastly different across the spectrum through all these different little groups, as opposed to being all collected in, you know, a few big sites. Some people will still try to get in at IGN and try to make something happen, but if IGN or any of those, if they don't change their approach long term, then yeah.
Well, like I think a perfect example is you could use one of those sites as a jumping off point. A lot of Pierce did that. She has,
Sure.
the kind of funny guys in Colin all did that. You know, they were all big at IGN. And we're like, all right, peace.
Yep.
We're gonna make a YouTube channel because thank you for launching our brand.
Right. I mean, that's basically what it is. You work at this, you know, place that churns out news, and then when you want to go do the actual interesting stuff,
you have a name, and you've been in the problem is like now they're like doing less and less video though, so it's like now it's hard to even get that out.
Well, that's a problem.
So by the way, you know Jim Sterling has 840,000 YouTube subscribers,
I believe it.
and he makes
That man's been working that scene for a while now.
yeah he has, and he makes almost $13,000 a month on Patreon.
Woo.
Yep. Man, if you
I could buy you all sorts of dildos.
every dildo you can imagine.
You know, I haven't seen his videos recently. I'm sure he has just a Game of Thrones-esque throne of them.
Lord of the dildos. Remind me to put that as the part 2 title.
There you go. Okay.
The Iron Throne of Dildos.
God.
Iron Throne of Dildos. That's what we need.
Anyway.
Yeah, or like Easy Allies. They get $50K a month out of their 10,000 Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, if you can get a decent following, like, then going out on your own, like that's ideal.
Yeah, that's. I think that's kind of feels like what these websites are just for. There's like talent farms to be
Right.
just like oh, okay, well here we got the name out for this guy. Well,
And maybe that's how they just operate. Maybe that's just the new role of the big site, is that it's not necessarily big. It's just that's where all the prospective gaming personalities go that don't immediately make it on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. They just do their thing through there, and then outie.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you know, it's one site that's been very interesting to me recently. The Escapist.
How have they been doing?
So they had a real bad stretch. Like they were going under for a while there, and then they rebooted, and they went back and they rehired Bob, and they rehired the Game Over thing. They rehired Bob Chipman. They rehired a bunch of, basically a bunch of their old talent.
Zero punctuation?
Yep.
Okay.
And like just said, hey, we're bringing back all the old shows and all this old stuff, and we're going back to being like a bunch of personalities and focused on entertaining.
Right.
And they've done really fucking well off that, so I guess that just proves the point a little further.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Easy Allies, like 10 dudes came together and were like, well, we worked at game trailers, we had a good time.
Right.
So
yeah.
Yeah, no, and like I get the appeal of Twitch and all this other stuff. It's so weird. It's a weird thing.
It's different, man. You gotta change with the times.
It was always weird, like trying to explain to like family that like, oh no, I want to like write for Game Informer.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, like, and like now, like I wonder how it's gonna be for like kids growing up now.
Yeah.
Because like I want to write, like I want to host for Kinda Funny. But it's like, Kinda Funny only has like 10 spots, bro.
Well, no, again, like what we were talking about is it's better to just start on your own.
You
do your own thing. You get your own friends together. That's
yeah.
what we did.
Yeah. And look how we turned out.
Yep. Okay, no, you know what? Our trajectory was interesting.
Anthony and I had a very good conversation about that. On about a week ago that I'll bring up with you later, but like the short version is like, man, if we had the resources to go ham for a solid 2 years,
yep,
like we'd still work our full-time jobs and stuff, just really like sit down and like do quick looks, do everything, but like do it the correct way. I don't know, we probably would have made it in all honesty.
I mean, we still could now. We would have to really organize ourselves and figure out what we're doing beyond this podcast and the occasional stream.
But I love this podcast.
No, this podcast would stay.
Okay.
That would happen.
I love our ramblings on Sunday mornings.
No, this is great.
Well, over tea.
I don't care if no one listens to this. This is fun.
Yeah, well, I have a good time. Apparently some people
have to build something around it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, I know like Ray. Shout out to Ray and Anthony and a bunch of other people I know over at Roving Dumpster Fire. They're going to be starting their thing hopefully in the next week. They've started recording their Fire Emblem LP. He keeps saying it's just like, dude, come on, we like just run the video podcast. Just run a video podcast. Like, come on, like come do quick looks. Come do quick looks. And I'm just like, look, motherfucker.
No more?
Like...
Not for now?
For now. Like, that's what I keep telling them. I'm just like, for now. I would agree to a Final Fantasy VII Let's Play with Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah. I would agree to a, just stuff like that.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But...
Yeah,
so...
It's a changing landscape, and
it's weird.
We'll see how things go going forward. But
so I'm gonna pull up our comments from the last podcast.
All right.
So last podcast, we got a comment say, "Is E3 dying?" And someone responded to the title with, "At this rate, yes."
I mean. We were talking about it, or I was listening to a podcast that was talking about it, and like the next E3 is going to be one where they show off consoles, and if it continues this sort of decline that we're seeing, then for console like talking, expanding on these new consoles, if it continues, then
like if next E3 is not a banger, I think it's pretty done.
Yeah,
like that's basically the what's going to happen here.
Yeah, it's fine.
If next,
I guess
if next E3 is not a banger, it's probably done. And
I just cherish these weird E3 press conferences.
Well, now we'll get a bunch of weird directs.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Puppet Phil Spencer.
That'll miss a lot of the live audience interaction weirdness that happens.
Yeah, you're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. What's her name that was working on Ghostlight Tokyo?
Oh, the Bayonetta artist.
Yeah, just seemed a little nervous up on stage, and then just did her thing, and everyone fell in love with her, and it was great. And that wouldn't have happened at a direct.
This is true. Yeah, but. I don't know. I'm gonna miss it. It's I've been watching these press conferences since I was like 14.
Yep.
we'll see. Because
We'll see.
never know. Like, because new consoles may get fucking, like everyone jazzed again, and who the fuck knows?
Who knows? We'll see.
Yep. All right, y'all. And that's about it. Sorry for the fact that it's a two-parter. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, fun times.
We'll be back next Tuesday, as always.
Have a good week, you guys.
Love you. Bye.